Hello, welcome to Podblivion. I'm Void, your host, and joining me as always is my co-host, my sister, Cassie.
Hello.
We are back after an unexpected, I had to spend 30 minutes or so poring over my interactive map because it turns out, as we've been, playing this game in the background and I've been going for 100% in Tears of the Kingdom, I had accidentally clicked 2 Korok seeds as completed that were not completed, so I had to basically click through everything one by one until I found those 2 Korok seeds that I had missed. But yeah, now we're back. We're back.
Ooh.
So, guys, this is the last episode of Podblivion of Season 1. This is the end of Season 1. This will be the last episode until, and then we're gonna discuss the future of this show at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us now, well, unfortunate timing, but I guess I'll let you know what's going on anyway. So this is a video podcast show where 2 of us, brother and sister, we talk about different stuff along the line of nerd culture. We've talked about comics, we've talked about video games, occasionally movies and TV shows. Mm-hmm. We try and keep it 3 different topics to rotate between per episode. And since this is the last episode, we are actually going to be talking about Zelda once more.
Yeah.
One final chance to talk about Zelda. I don't think we're going to be talking about Zelda outside of this episode again.
Yeah.
The past 2 times we talked about Zelda, I kind of laid on a questionnaire for Cassie regarding different questions regarding the world of Zelda and favorite things, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So what's going to be happening while we talk is I'm going to be getting the rest of the Koroks. We have 18 left, if I counted correctly, and I believe I have. Let's hope I have.
Let's hope.
I better have. It should be only a few per island. So there's 1.
Nice.
Yeah, so we already got 17 left. Before anything else, though, I want to show you, Cassie, some things that I've done in the meantime.
Okay.
Just a few small things. Oh yeah. Okay. So here's an Addison solution. I thought this was funny. I wedged it between a giant snowball and a rock, and he was just like, "This is fine."
Yep.
This one, I saw a mythical. Hold on, if it'll just double rainbow.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know you could have double rainbows in Tears of the Kingdom.
That's cool.
But lo and behold, there it was.
Sweet.
I don't think I got all of this one. Oh, no, okay. No, this was... Okay, so I was fighting a Gleeok, and yes, I kind of turned into a Beyblade there, but... oh no, he's getting away! How are we gonna get him? Tulin shoots him in the head, and he comes tumbling down!
Nice!
Final blow. Anyway, I thought you might enjoy to see those things. Anyway, let's get this show on the road, shall we? We got some Koroks to get, and not a lot of time to do it. So yeah, I got some more questions for you, some more Zelda-related questions. And I kind of decided I wanted to retread some of the previous questions I asked, but explore the other side of it. So what I mean by that is I have asked you before questions like, what's your favorite place in this version of Hyrule? Mm-hmm. Where would you want to live? Yeah. So on and so forth. I'm going to kind of ask you the inverse of these questions. I've come up with a few on the flip side type questions that I could ask you. So for instance, previously I asked you, where would you want to live in Hyrule? Now I'm going to ask you, what would the worst place be to live in Hyrule?
Ooh, okay.
Where would you absolutely not want to live?
Probably Gorons.
The Elden?
Yep.
Okay, explain.
Reason being, first of all, the environment is not really conducive to surviving for a human. Mm-hmm. You're living among volcanoes, right? And then not only that, I'm sure the soil isn't really great for growing, or there isn't any soil at all. It's just all rock, Right. And then also, I would assume that area would be really hot. Well, constantly.
If we're talking about Tears of the... Okay, you guys might be hearing a cat in the background. Nutmeg, it might be a guest star on this episode. Hey, Nutmeg, how's it going?
She's settling down on a blanket.
Okay. But yeah, in Tears of the Kingdom, the volcanoes are dormant. The lava is isolated to any caves that happen to be, left over. So yeah, in terms of climate, it's fine. But it is rather barren.
Yeah.
It's a lot of rocks. I think you might be onto something there.
I guess on the flip side, the other option would be, as much as I love the environment of where like Tulin and everybody live, like with the mountains and stuff, it would be way too cold, especially higher up.
Right. But at least there's like things to do there.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You can go skiing.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. And there's like some cozy cabin core. Littering the mountains.
Yeah, that's true.
You go inside, bundle up.
Yeah. Well, that's why it wasn't my number one. I didn't address it as my number one of like worst place to live.
That's fair.
It would probably be Goron's. Because like even with the desert, for example, that could be really hot, but within the community, it's a little oasis, so that's fine.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm sure there's like stuff that you can do.
Sorry, we're distracted because there's a cat crawling around the room, and she's up somewhere where she shouldn't be.
She won't knock it over.
Well,
She's
I mean, what if she jumps on that flimsy ass nightstand I have?
I saw her put her paw on it, and then it wobbled, and then she did not.
Okay, at least she's smart.
She's intelligent.
Unlike her stupid brother.
Yeah, she's intelligent. We're good.
Anyway.
So where was I?
Snowing, the mountains, snow, or...
Oh, yeah. So I was talking about all the other different places that I think everywhere else is a bit more habitable? Habitable? Is that how you say it? Like you can live there. Habitable? Am I saying that correctly?
Hold on, let me look it up. Habitable, yeah.
Habitable. Okay. So yeah, everywhere else is more habitable, in my opinion. Or there's stuff to do, and, like, you got mountains in one place, even if it's a desert and it's hot. Where the Gerudo live, it's still an oasis within the community.
Yeah, and there's a marketplace.
Yeah, exactly. Versus Goron's and Eldin is just kind of volcanic, and probably it would be hard to live there as a human if you're not a Goron.
Right, yeah.
It's not ideal, and I don't think there's a lot of stuff to do there either.
You could do a minecart ride, but...
I guess.
No, that's a pretty good answer. I guess I didn't really think of that. I have my answer.
What?
The depths.
Oh, I totally forgot about the depths.
Yeah, the depths are a thing. They exist.
I forgot.
And while they are pretty cool aesthetic-wise and concept-wise, even though they're not exactly devoid of life, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's kind of the problem. It's a very unfamiliar alien landscape. It's dark. Even with all the light roots active, it's really dark.
Theoretically, do you think if they had the manpower to do this, do you think the people of Hyrule could go down there and, like, conquer the depths and kill all the enemies down there and potentially live down there if they needed more space to live?
Well, I mean, okay, that is a good question. I guess I'll answer that question with another question. So there's like a bunch of gloom down there because of Ganondorf's presence in the depths. Post-story.
Right, when
he is defeated. I'm assuming all the gloom is going to disappear, right?
Right.
If that's the case, then absolutely. I think they could do it.
Yeah.
But it's also like, I don't know, it seems to have a strong connection to evil in general. So I guess it just kind of begs the question of if it really is a good place to live long term.
Yeah. The reason why I ask is because there's so many different stories I can think of where there's some sort of world that is created underground.
Yeah.
So I think, I can't remember if it's just like, this is exactly it, but in Arcane, they have like that underworld area.
Oh, Zaun.
Zaun, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a fissure city.
Yeah, it's kind of underground, like a fissure city. So there's that.
Yeah.
I think there's, I forget if there was a book called like the City of Bone, or there was some book where basically there was a world that existed underground and they like had to like live underground and light up everything. And then also, and I know this isn't a spoiler because you've gotten to this point already, in Attack on Titan.
Yes.
They had like an underground.
Right, they have an undercity. Yeah.
So there's a lot of different stories that kind of what.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Well, all right.
So there's a lot of different stories where they talk about like underground cities and how that could work. So that could be a possibility in this world.
Right. If it could be made livable, habitable, sure. Yeah. I would consider living there. If it's like, completely safe and it's been conquered by people. As of the latest point you possibly can get in this game, though, it still is not.
Yeah, obviously.
And it's just like you walk in the wrong direction, you might end up being something's lunch.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? There's frogs are living down there. The big frog things with the one eye.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we could possibly make those, like, assuming that it's we're talking about Hylians.
Yeah.
Trying to colonize the depths. There's still frogs to contend with. And I don't know if you could wipe those things out.
Yeah, because I guess I'm thinking about if you're making the depths livable, it would be after Ganondorf is dead and assuming that the gloom is gone.
Right.
And then you're also wiping out anything that's dangerous to you.
Right.
And then just, I guess I'm thinking about how since the terrain is roughly the same on the bottom as it is on the top, from what I've heard. Or is it not?
It's like the inverse.
Yeah.
So a mountain would be a valley in the depths.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It's like you take the map, you turn it upside down. So it's like the highest point in Hyrule is going to be the lowest point in the depths.
So I wonder if that means that...
And also rivers are walls.
Okay, so I wonder if that means that where the different groups of people currently live now, if they each all settled in their own little settlement in the depths, if they had to live elsewhere than directly below where their settlement was on the map.
Well, yeah, there are
above.
ancient ruins left in the depths. So people did used to live down there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess, like, in the long run, like, the depths could be a place to live in, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think with all the things that lurk down there, probably wouldn't be the best place to live.
Fair.
At least with Eldon, you've got the Gorons nearby.
Yeah.
In case you run into trouble. Like, hey, puny human, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go adventuring. I'm by your side, little bro.
Yeah. I was mainly just thinking about if something's habitable or not. And, I mean, I guess theoretically, if you could conquer the depths, like what we're talking about, and it was habitable, then it wouldn't be as bad.
Right.
Versus the Gorons, you literally just have rocks, and I don't think you could grow anything there, really.
Yeah.
You can't really grow food.
Unless there's some sort of a farming method they have that we don't know about.
Yeah.
They've got salt.
I guess.
If you could eat salt every day, then sure, but... And they've got rock roast, which I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
That's probably just rocks, but... Are
they anywhere close to water?
There are some hot springs, actually. And fish.
Okay, so
because
if they
since the lava went away, there's now fish in like hot springs. The hot springs have soothing properties.
I guess you could have a strictly fish diet and then use salt to kind of...
And poultry.
Oh, okay.
There's Eldon ostriches.
Although you wouldn't really have like a variety of foods. You wouldn't have your vegetables and like things like your fruit.
Unless there was like some soil. I mean, if you go all the way down the mountain, you could get soil. But you'd have to go all the way down the mountain. So... Still,
disregarding the depths, I think I stand by my answer.
Okay. That makes sense. I don't know. Here's what I'll say, just to contend your answer. Imagine this. They set up a rail system, and you can go between the different areas that you can get food.
I guess, but then what about traffic and congestion? Like there's only dedicated locations to get food, as opposed to living in...
Well, it would be like an elevator.
Yeah, but then you have all of the whole community going to that one spot to get food, is what I'm saying.
Well, then what if they set it up so that, like, someone can go down and get the food?
You'd have to, like, distribute the food.
Yeah, distribute the food. Set up, like, a marketplace. I don't know.
Okay. That might be different then, but
yeah.
If food is not easily accessible, it would be an issue.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
All right, well, I guess we can move on to the next question. So, I asked you last time, do you have a favorite enemy or boss?
Oh, and yeah, we didn't, like, establish there was a favorite, because a lot of them are cool.
Yeah, a lot of them are cool. I have a question that's actually a little more focused than that, and maybe you'll be able to arrive at an answer. Think of all in this game, in Tears of the Kingdom, think of all the bosses and enemies that are around. Out of all of these different enemies, which one do you think would be the best? Like, okay, imagine for a second that whatever creature you pick will not be hostile towards you.
Ooh.
Which monster or which enemy or boss would be the best to hang out with, in your opinion?
Hang out with.
Yeah, just to hang out with.
So it's not strategic, like I'm not trying to get anything?
No, you're not trying to, it's not for anything. It's just like, you know.
I'm just vibing.
Yeah, just like imagine like an ideal vibing situation.
Like they're my friend or my pet
like
or something.
Whether you want to like do something with them or just like hang out with them, be around them, you know. So yeah, I'm including bosses in this as well. But I mean, bosses might be harder to think of. Yeah, bit of a tough one, huh?
I guess I could chill with the Yiga.
Oh my god. Eat bananas all day, every day.
Yeah.
Talk about how much you hate the princess.
I guess, yeah.
Because again, it extends to like they're not hostile towards you, but they can still be hostile towards other things. But yeah, I mean that's a pretty good, honestly, pretty good.
Yeah. I could chill with the Yiga, or I could use the Gleeoks to fly around. And also, like, in terms of not getting anything out of them, I feel like the Yiga you can just, like, chill with. But in terms of, like... oh, okay.
Goodbye, Mineru. Okay, I had to, like, Yoshi dismount her just to get her to stop getting in my way. Anyway, goodbye. She's still falling, isn't she?
Probably.
Anyway.
But yeah, so in terms of chilling and not getting anything out of the monster, probably just Yiga. But in terms of like getting something out of them, I guess like Gleeoks would be nice for like flying around, and then also you could like, you know, you could scare other people into like getting what you want, kind of deal. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
you're gonna be a fearmonger?
I guess.
Cool. All right. Interesting choice.
I don't know.
Well, I've got my choice.
What?
Lizalfos.
Lizalfos?
Yeah, the chameleon guys.
Like the ones that are on two legs?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
They can hold weapons and you know and use arrows just like bokoblins.
Yeah.
They've got like the chameleon eyes.
Okay. Why them?
I like their personality.
Oh.
I've actually like gone up to a Lizalfos with the Lizalfos mask on. Mm-hmm. I like the way they react to you when they think that you're one of them. They're just kind of like, and they just kind of hop around. They kind of the way they look at you. I don't know. They seem like they'd be fun to hang out with.
Huh.
They're quirky.
Okay.
I mean, if I knew where to go find a Lizalfos right now and show you what they're like, you'd see what I mean. But like if it just makes me wonder, like, just seeing that reaction to Link wearing a Lizalfos mask makes me wonder, like, if they got past that initial confusion
right.
of, like, what the hell are you? Why do you look like me? And you actually, like, integrated into their society. It makes me wonder, like, what would it be like to live with them? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. They seem, if they weren't hostile, they seem like they could be pretty fun.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go on to the next question, actually. I've got 2 more questions, and they're kind of just like really use your noggin type questions.
Okay.
So in this game, we have different abilities that we can use. So we've got Ascend, Ultra Hand, Fuse, Recall, and Auto Build.
Okay.
These are I'm going to call these the Shrine abilities.
Okay.
Or I guess the hand abilities. So obviously, we know how these abilities are used within the game, what their mechanics are, like what their purpose is. But say one day you wake up with the Raru arm instead of your, what is it, right hand, left hand?
Yeah.
You just have that now.
Okay.
This is real life. You just have that now, but you also have all of the shrine abilities in the with the hand. So you have access to these abilities now.
Okay.
Nutmeg, shut up. I don't know if you guys can hear her. She is really yelling. I knew this would be a problem. What's she doing?
I have no idea. I don't know where she is.
I hope she didn't, like, take offense to me telling her to shut up. I feel kind of bad now. Anyway.
So which ability would I want, or?
So, the question is, which ability would be the most useful for use as a normal person in real life? Like, think about what they do and what you would do with them.
So you got Ascend.
You got Ascend.
You have...
I guess let's walk through this, actually. Let's walk through this. So you got Ascend.
Yeah.
Ascend is the ability to shoot up through any surface above you and come out on the other side.
Yeah.
If you need to get up, it could be useful. If you live in a, like if you live in an apartment building and you come home from work, you're like, oh man, I'm so tired. And you spend all that time, there's the commute. Like maybe you like live in a big city and you have to go, like you have to take the bus, but you also have to do a lot of walking. And then you live all the way up, like on a really high up floor, and it just so happens one day the elevator is broken. I've got to go all the way up all those stairs. Wait a minute, ascend. But now also people are seeing you go up. They're like, what the fuck? like you're like shooting up past them, like, hey, and then you like keep going.
I mean, I guess you could do it specifically in the staircase.
True, yeah. As long as the stairs, overlap each other.
Yeah.
There's as long as the landing, like...
Normally they do.
Yeah. Unless it's like some weird staircase where it doesn't do that.
Yeah.
It's like they make a staircase specifically just to spite you. Like, oh, this dude's using Ascend? We can't have that.
Yep.
No ascending in the halls.
Yeah, but normally there's some sort of overlap with stairs, so...
Right. Ascend could be useful for, getting up quickly. Heck, if there's a cave in Mount Everest, that would have made the whole expedition a heck of a lot easier.
True.
Just go into the middle of the mountain if you can, and just use Ascend quickly. There is a change in pressure though. That might not be good.
Oh yeah, maybe not.
It would be like getting the bends.
Yeah.
So that's Ascend. It has its uses, but the question is, would you be using it a lot?
I feel like me personally, I wouldn't.
Me neither.
Like, I don't think, like, I don't plan on living in a big city to where, like, that verticality would be useful.
And, like, I was thinking, like, what if I use Ascend right now and just went through the ceiling? I just end up on the roof.
Right, and, like, no.
or in the attic. What does she want?
Let me let her out.
Yeah. Okay, so we just had to... Cassie had to let Nutmeg out of the room. She was yelling. Anyway, Ascend... Yeah, like, when are you going to use Ascend? Realistically, when are you going to use Ascend?
Right.
Then we have Auto Build, which is the ability to take a previously built thing and assemble it again.
Yeah.
Now, the chances are that the normal person is not, like, putting together contraptions.
Right.
Unless you're, like, like an auto mechanic.
Right. So, like, I guess my question with this is, with auto build, do you have to go through the process of assembling it yourself first? Or can you, like, scan an object? Oh,
that's a good point. There's actually, if you get a schematic, you can also use auto build off of that.
Because theoretically, and this is me being a selfish but theoretically, you could go around in this world, go into any store you want, and scan the object that you want.
Oh my god.
And then just get it for free and rebuild it. Oh my
god.
You could literally scan a whole house.
Cassie, you hacked the system. Well, I guess that begs the question, like, okay, how would the schematic system work?
Right.
Like,
and also, do you need to, like, collect the materials, because that would cost money?
Right. So the way it works in the game is you have a few options. One, you can recall, like, and through, like, the history of what you've built, and you can summon something through that.
Yeah.
And when building something,
doesn't it use materials you already collected? So
either you can use materials that are around, that are part of the recipe, like part of the schematic. So that way you can, like, you don't have to use Zonite. If you don't have anything available to complete the contraption, it'll be you will use Zonite per part. Now, I don't know how that would work. Like, obviously Zonite isn't a thing.
Right.
Would you just, like, lose money?
Yeah, because I can't afford to buy a house. So, like, if I just
What if, like, you use, like, you lose the monetary equivalent of that part? So if you're trying to make a PS5, it costs the same as a PS5, if not more so.
So you might as well just buy the PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably the hitch in the plan there.
Yeah, I think having that caveat makes the most sense of, like, it would cost the materials to build it.
Yeah, just like in the game.
And then you lose money.
Because you're not making that stuff for free, really.
Right.
You're still using Zonite.
Right.
So unless Zonite were a thing in real life and you had an abundance of it, might be out of luck.
Yeah.
But I did like your way of thinking, though.
Right. Like, if there was no, like, limitations is the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Man, the world is your oyster. If there was no limitations with that.
Just get stuff for free all day, every day.
It's like,
that would be awesome.
Oh, like, here's this freaking McMansion. Let me just scan it and build my own.
Unfortunately, wait. What if, this would be pretty funny. What if, actually, hold on. Let's just talk about Ultra Hand real quick.
Okay.
I mean, Ultra Hand, right? You slap stuff together, and with, like, a magic paste that comes out of nowhere. Considering the fact that Link can only, like, he can pick up only loose items, but pretty much anything, but he's just, like, slapping stuff together.
Yeah.
That would be pretty atrocious in real life.
Right.
Let me take this chair and just slap it onto a wall.
You might as well have auto build at that point, because then you can just put it together with the actual materials that it needs to be put together with, not just this random mythical goo.
Yeah. I mean, and what the heck are you gonna do with that, really?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna make, like, a car that isn't legal, and then be like, what?
And like, it could fall apart.
It could fall apart. It's not up to code.
Yeah.
You could, like, anything that you would build in this game.
You might as well just auto build a car.
Yeah. You might as well just buy a thing.
Yeah. At that point.
So yeah.
Well, if it comes to building and putting together, you might as well just use auto build.
Right. Now, Ultra Hand also has the additional benefit of being able to kind of, like, through, like, a sort of telekinesis, being able to lift up an object.
Yeah.
And hold it without actually holding it.
That would be helpful in terms of, like, moving furniture and stuff.
True. Yeah. Like, you could just lift up a couch.
Yeah.
But would you have the same amount of control over it that you do in the game? Which is, if you think about it, not
great.
Not great, yeah. Bump, bang.
Ooh, yeah.
Smacking into the walls.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be
damaging your furniture left and right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
I wouldn't want to be, like, lifting something up and then everything else is just getting damaged, you know?
Right, yeah. It's not a good situation.
Like, you don't want the furniture itself or the walls to get damaged.
Right. So that leads me back into the auto build question. Because since you can scan things, right? Like, okay, if you can somehow collect the recipe, the schematic for something, you could duplicate it, but there's the caveat of either you have the materials already or you're losing, like, a resource that is, like, you're losing money. Yeah. Which would be like the real life equivalent of Zonite. Just the dollar bill's just, like, magically floating out of your pocket.
Ooh.
But here's an idea I just had. Okay. So you want a mansion. Okay. You want a mansion, but with auto builds, you can't, like, if you have the schematic for the mansion, but you don't have the money for it, and it's going to cost, like, your entire life savings and then some, like, what's the point? You know? But consider this. Consider you get these schematics for a mansion that has already been built. You go to that guy's house, you just rip the mansion out of the ground, and you walk away with it. Because of Ultra Hand, when you assemble something out of materials that are already lying around, it'll hover in the air, and then you can, like, take it with you and, like, build it somewhere.
Right.
So you just, like, if you can get away with it, you just go to that guy's house, you just go, and, like, wall, ceiling, toilet, just everything. It all just comes out. And you just, like, have this giant mansion that you're just carrying with you, and you just, like, you walk to, like, some free real estate, and you plop it down, and you rob the guy of his mansion.
Oh my god. Well, okay, I guess in that degree, Ultra Hand is just used for robbery.
Yeah.
Because I guess...
Dude, you could steal a PlayStation.
Yeah, because, like, same deal.
Right.
Same deal, like, if you want a TV, instead of scanning it and then you have to use your own money to rebuild the materials. Because I was thinking if there was no limitations and you could just, you know, scan it in the store and you couldn't get caught because you're just scanning it, right? And then you go home and rebuild it, no one would know.
Exactly.
But if it's specifically that you're just taking the item... It's just robbery at that
Straight up robbery. Yeah.
It's just robbery, but at a larger scale.
Right. I mean, you could really only use it on a larger scale, because if it's if it's a smaller item, then you might as well just grab it.
Right. Because
people are going to see that purple floating thing going through the door, and it's still going to have its barcode on it.
Yeah, and people steal, like, freaking laptops and shit all the time. Like, they just grab it and go, so...
Like, okay, I'm picturing this. Like, some guy with a hood goes in to a Walmart, goes in the back with the electronic sections. He's got this PS5 blueprint, wherever it's stored. I don't know how it's going to work in this modern day setting, but so he goes in there. I guess like maybe in some places it would be like locked behind a case in the box. But with Ultra Hand, the materials that you are like summoning aren't really restricted by physicality, I guess. I don't think like a box or a glass would stop it.
So kind of like they have those like anti-theft beeper stuff on super expensive items in stores, and you have to go to a cashier and have them unlock it or like cut it off or whatever.
Right, yeah.
And I think those have a tracker in them too, maybe, but I can't remember.
Oh, well, the tracker isn't part of the schematic.
Yeah, obviously. But basically, even if there's like an anti-theft device wrapped around the box, you could just have all the parts just
they just magically come through the barrier. But now then the hard part is getting the PlayStation out of the store. So you do this, and let's just say an employee just watches you before their very eyes, just summon a PS5 out of wherever it is and reassemble it, and now it's floating there. Now you're like, well, and then you just run with this like hovering in front of you. And they're like, stop him. It's like, whoa. It's like this purple glowy PS5 hovering in front of him. Like, shit.
I mean, I guess the biggest thing with that is getting away with it. Right. Because regardless of whether the object is big or small, you're still like stealing something at that point. And I mean, the alarms of...
You wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't steal a house. Piracy is stealing.
So, like, if you take the barcode, because you, like, make the object go through the box and all of the security measures, like, the barcode, it wouldn't set off the alarms or anything, you know? Right. So, to that degree, I feel like if it doesn't set off the alarms, it's just a matter of not getting caught. Yeah. But then there's also cameras everywhere too, so they might still see you do it.
But I mean, the mansion thing though.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna stop you? You got this giant mansion hovering above you.
Right. I mean, you'd have to you'd have to steal it when the owner isn't home. Right. And also, would you steal it along with all of the person's stuff in the mansion?
Well, I don't think that would be part of the schematics.
So basically, the outline, like, of the bricks and the wood and everything of the mansion.
Basically, like everything down from the architecture to like the plumbing, right, and probably the electrical also.
So basically, this billionaire comes home from, you know, working as a CEO or some shit, and he just sees a plot of land with all of his like couches and like lamps and shit just like neatly laid out in a fucking field, but his house is gone. Yeah. Right. I mean, I guess the biggest thing would be that it would be easier to do that with bigger items when the person is at home.
Right, yeah. Also, like, I was thinking about like how you would get away with that, and you could just threaten to like drop the mansion if anyone tries to stop you. You've got like a giant thing you could just drop on anything.
I will crush you like an ant if you try and stop me.
If you try and stop me, I will crush everything. And you don't have to, like...
I have this giant mansion that I can put on top of your house and crush it.
Yes. Like you could just threaten the police. Like, you could just, like, bring it over to the cops. Just, like, you could threaten to drop it on the cops if they try and stop you.
Or you put it on the ground and just, like, fucking swing it around.
And if it breaks, I mean, it's in Ultra Hand mode. You can just put it back together.
Yeah.
If anything breaks off, it's just, you got Ultra Hand. Auto build.
That's a funny thought.
Yeah. And then we're on to I think it's the last shrine ability, which is Recall. Recall is the ability to basically rewind something in time on its path of motion. I think while this isn't something that could be used all the time, I did think of like a few instances, like you drop your phone off a cliff. You're like, oh wait, recall, and then just get the phone back. Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about heights and trying to take a picture, and then you just fumble your phone and it drops in a river or something.
Exactly.
And I guess the other thing is just like dropping stuff in everyday life. What if the amount of times I've dropped something and then it like bounces somewhere and goes like underneath a piece of furniture or something, and if the thing that you drop is like super important and you can't find it, like that sucks.
I think ideally you could also probably also, like, if you drop something and it breaks, you could probably put it back together with recall.
Yeah.
I think in one of the cutscenes of Tears of the Kingdom, a teacup is dropped off a table.
Right.
But then it gets reassembled.
Yes.
So that would be really useful.
Okay, so Ascension is out immediately.
Yeah. Where are you going to use that?
Right. Unless you live in a big city, but that's not my lifestyle personally. So from a personal perspective, Ascension is out for me.
I honestly think it boils down to auto build and recall.
Right.
The other one is Ultra Hand.
Yeah, and that's just moving shit and putting stuff together, right? Ultra Hand?
Right, yeah.
Versus if we establish that, I mean, like, again, moving heavy furniture by yourself is super beneficial.
Yeah.
Because, like, I've moved multiple times in my life, and it's a pain in the ass every single time.
Right.
But, here's the thing. If you're talking about moving...
Right.
Auto build would be better than Ultra Hand.
Okay.
Because you could just take all your shit and move it to a new apartment.
With auto build? Oh.
Like, you already have the materials and it already exists.
Oh, that's true.
So you could just take all, like, you don't even need Ultra Hand at that point, if we're talking about it, like, in the sense of when we're talking about...
Oh, like if you disassemble your furniture?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or just if you disassemble... If everything that you have needs to be disassembled and reassembled, or if it's easier to move with auto build, because we were talking about, like, with moving houses, it would basically be disassembled and reassembled for moving a mansion and stealing a mansion. Right, yeah. So under that same concept, couldn't you still do that with any object you own, basically?
Yeah, you could, actually.
And it would make moving easier.
It would. And also, well, okay, here's one thing I thought that would put Ultra Hand over auto build.
Okay.
Say, so while it's not like recall, actually no, at that point, never mind. I think recall would be better. Never mind. I just thought of the situation where, like, if something gets stuck, like if a car gets stuck in the mud.
Oh yeah, something, you could reverse it.
But you just use recall at that point.
Yeah.
You wouldn't need to. Why bother trying to back up or use a winch when you just have. Recall. You just have recall, and you can effortlessly recall it through the power of time itself.
So I think in terms of the selfish, chaotic route of trying to steal things for your own benefit, if that's the way you want to go, I think auto build would probably be better in terms of just like straight up theft. Yeah. But I think in terms of if you're not trying to go into a life of crime and you're just being a normal human and living a normal life as a normal civilian, I think recall would be the most beneficial. Because if I'm not trying to steal shit, when is auto build realistically going to be useful? Other than, I guess, rebuilding my own things that I own.
Or like moving.
Or moving.
Yeah, oh my god, just imagine someone auto building a gun.
Oh god.
Okay, that adds a new avenue to the whole thing.
But then you'd have to already own a gun and like take it apart and put it back together, I guess.
Right.
If we're going along the lines of you can't scan it and then automatically own it unless you have to like pay for it.
Right, yeah.
So I think in terms of like, okay, moving is a huge hassle and huge inconvenience. Like truly, it sucks. Super stressful. I think no matter who you are in life or where you're at in life, even if everything else in your life is like going perfect, if you have to move, it just adds another element of stress to your life.
Right.
So yes, if you can use auto build to help out with that process, that's a big help, but also how frequently are you moving to where you need that? So I think in terms of every day-to-day life as a normal human, and you're not just straight up stealing people's property, I think recall is probably the best option.
I would agree, yeah. Recall is the most useful. It kind of ties into that, like my, a few episodes ago we were talking about superheroes, and we were talking about like best power, and I said that like the power to undo a moment in time would be great. So it's kind of like that. It kind of is like the same principle of something happened and you need to undo it. Right. Oh god, what if it... No, it wouldn't apply to people, would it? Like, imagine like, ooh, I just said a thing that I didn't mean to, and then you're like, I'm gonna use recall so they will forget what I just said.
I don't think it would apply to people. I think this is strictly objects that we're talking about. Okay. Because with all of these powers, it relates to objects.
Yeah, it's true.
So I don't think you could recall a person. I think you can only recall objects.
Yeah, I know that makes sense.
I mean, I guess in the realm of if you're like sitting on something, so let's say you're skiing, for example, and an accident happens, right? You could recall the skis that you're on top of and then therefore not get hurt. Right. So I guess unless only the skis move, but you still have like a broken ankle at the end of the day. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know.
By the way, I have just I've gotten my last monster completionist medal. Nice. I got all the boss monsters in the overworld, so I wonder what he's going to give me. You're saying that each and every large and unusual beast has been torn asunder. Just when I thought you couldn't possibly outdo yourself, you've gone and done it. There's nothing more it can... Aw. But let it be known that I will forever remember this incredible feat you have accomplished, Link. Okay, cool. All right, and I think there's one more Korok seed.
Nice.
All right, but yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I think recall is the day-to-day, like if you lose something, you drop something, you break it, it gets put back together. Right. Yep. Any other questions, or are we just...
What the heck are rupees?
Rupees?
Rupees. Like...
Oh, like in...
There are these gemstones, right? Of different colors.
Right,
but
there's red.
Riddle me this. So yeah, we've got different colors. They are gemstones of set value. Right. And we have rubies, we have sapphires, we have topazes. But these all have set values that do not match the rupee values of different colors. Oh. Like what?
Okay, question. Would rupees be their form of currency that's different from like minerals? So like think about the real world. We got gold. Yeah. We do have topaz, we have rubies, we have emeralds, we have all that, diamonds. So in this real world, we have those gemstones, and each gemstone has a different monetary cost. Right. That we pay money for. So could rupees be the equivalent of like the US dollar? Like we have the $10 bill, the $20 bill.
That's probably it. Okay. Like where you in processing it and like having like a sort of like a mint on it or whatever. Yeah. Like having a mint turn out rupees. Like, and who's making rupees?
Right. I don't know. But like also the US dollar bill is very bland. Right. Other countries have a more vibrant currency.
Right, yeah, I've seen the different colored bills.
Yeah, they're like rainbow colors. So I would guess that rupees are like some sort of easier form. Ooh.
That's the last Korok.
Nice. Okay, now what?
Well, let's quickly wrap up this question. Okay. Because there's something else I wanted to talk about.
Okay. So I would guess rupees are some sort of currency that is easier to like carry around and exchange. Right. I don't know what they would look like though. Kind of like how we have coins in the dollar bill. I don't know what rupees necessarily would like physically look like.
Well, I mean, they are gemstones. They do physically have like a form.
Okay,
they're like
so
these gemstones that are like a
gemstones.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got like 6 sides on the edge.
So do you think they're just like,
They probably got like a I don't know, through process. Actually, okay, here's something else that I know. There is rupees are actually distinct from other gemstones. There is a thing called rupee ore. So I guess.
So maybe rupees. I think rupees is maybe there's more of a surplus of rupees, and it's easier to carry around. So
that's why they're currency.
Maybe there's a huge surplus, so that they just create artificial circulation or whatever, so that they hold their value.
Okay.
And then you can exchange rupees for other resources.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just turning in I'm getting the golden turd from Hestu.
Okay.
Yay. Smells pretty bad.
Ooh.
With that, I can watch him dance whenever I want? What? Oh. Oh, he can share the classic dance. Oh, cool. Was this the use for it in the last game? Okay, what's the usual? Weapon stash. All right.
Oh, so this is when you like upgrade your weapons or your armor and stuff. You can just see him dance whenever you want. You don't have to like upgrade something.
He can do the classic dance too, from Breath of the Wild. Oh my god, this is gonna be a trip down memory lane. Oh my god, yes! Oh, yes! I missed that so much. Alright, I'm good, Hestu. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so I had one more thing I wanted to talk about. And, 99.27%?
What have you not to do?
I think, you know what? It's probably a weird thing where I have to, like, find different places on the map and visit them. You know what? I guess we won't worry about it. 99.27% is good enough for me, at least for the episode. Okay. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about one more thing, and I'll just think of something to do while I talk about it. Okay, so, since this is the last episode, we're not going to be talking about Zelda anymore. I thought it'd be nice to just talk about the future of Zelda. I've been watching Zelda videos on YouTube, and I got some that were like about what dungeons could be like in the future of Zelda. But it seems like we're still going to have an open world sort of designed for future Zelda games. Okay. So there's this problem that currently exists where we haven't gotten dungeons like what they were in previous Zelda games. Thanks to, like, you know, this open world level design, it's been hard to make dungeons that actually feel like dungeons. But there's this whole, like, thing where some people do enjoy the aspect of, you know, having less constrictions on your, on how you do a dungeon. You know, had there be multiple ways to solve a puzzle. The other thing is that it's hard to balance dungeon progression with story progression and to line that up nice, because you had in some Zelda games there was in some games the dungeons didn't really matter in terms of story. You just did them. Yeah. And it would be like you do a dungeon and it's like, okay, well here's the next thing, and maybe you're like getting something out of the dungeon that is related to the story, but nothing like there's no like story cutscenes in the dungeon. Or like sometimes with Skyward Sword, there would be a story thing at the end of a dungeon. But the problem with Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild is that you've got these dungeon-like places. You can do them in any order, but then therein lies the problem. Right. Because the story is just like, it's like putting a puzzle together. Yeah. Which, you know, isn't ideal all the time. Right. So I thought of a way to actually solve this problem in future Zelda games. I thought of a system, and Nintendo, listen to me, please, because this could honestly be the best way to do it. So, what a lot of people liked about the original Zelda game, which is what these open world games draw inspiration from, is not only be able to do any dungeon in order, but being able to just randomly stumble across a dungeon. It would be nice to have some guidance as to where the locations of these different dungeons are.
Right.
So here's my idea. In order to have the best balance of new and old concepts, have dungeons that are kind of like, open-ended in terms of certain ways you can solve puzzles, but, have there be sort of a backtracking labyrinthian design to them, like the dungeons of old. Have them be, aesthetically consistent, much like older Zelda games, where there's like a strong aesthetic and theme to them. And as for how they are put into the world, I think another problem that I will point out with the way that they did dungeons in this game is that they're really like, yes, it's cool to have them be part of the world, but in doing so, you kind of remove a lot of the limitations that like make it a fun challenge.
Right.
So have it be like a shrine where there's a loading screen, and then you're put on a separate map that's separate from the rest of the game.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
My thought while you were talking was that if you had a loading screen and then you're basically put on a separate map for the dungeon, that means that theoretically, if there's a key thing that you need to get in a specific order to make the story make sense, you can just lock the character out of the dungeon until they do the
right.
Like they would have to unlock the dungeon.
But, so yeah, speaking of that, I was actually about to address that part next. So to integrate story with dungeon progression, what you could do is, picture this. There's an overarching quest, right? The dungeons are actually like presented as part of this quest, this objective, and people know that there are like these different, like, maybe they're not called dungeons in the story, but there are different places to find that we know about that you have to get things from them.
Right.
And so what you could do to make it interesting, in order to section it off in terms of story progression, you could have a set of dungeons be available each step of the way. Mm-hmm. So start of the game, there are 3 dungeons to find.
Right.
And then you do that, and then a story thing happens.
Yeah.
Next set of dungeons unlocks. They were previously inaccessible, but now you can go out and find those dungeons.
Okay.
Also have it so that these dungeons you could just stumble across them by random chance. Like, have it so that you find the entrance. And it would be better to just have it like, this is tying back into like, don't have it be part of the world itself, but have it be like a door to a separate map. Because then like, you find like, say you're going around, you find like a crack in the wall. You go in there. The thing is, it's just gonna be like a little cave dive. Mm-hmm. You find a door. You go through the door. It's a dungeon.
Right.
You're like, I gotta come back here later. Maybe I'm not ready for this yet. Or maybe you find a dungeon that, like, as per my suggestion for the story, you find a dungeon that is not accessible yet, but you keep that in mind. Like, okay, this is clearly probably a dungeon entrance.
Yeah.
I'll come back here later. And then when the story allows it, you can go back there.
I think I like that idea.
Yes, I like it too.
Like, you find a dungeon. So, again, there could be a set of dungeons that you could, if you need different items, you could get those items in whatever order in that certain point of the story. So, like, let's say you need 3 items, and you could... Oh, it could be, like, 3 parts of an item.
Ooh.
So, if you need one specific item to progress in the story, it's broken up into 3 parts of the item, and then that way you can stumble across the dungeons and get it in whatever order that you want to, and then it doesn't matter.
Right.
Because then... once you build that item, you can move on to the next set of dungeons, and it's fine. Why are you running around with a chicken?
I just feel like it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Anyway, so, yeah, if you have to, like, build an item, and then once you have the item, so it doesn't matter what order you get the individual parts of the item.
Right.
But then once you have the item, you can progress in the story, and it all flows.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like how... a few older Zelda games come to mind, like I believe in Ocarina of Time and in Twilight Princess, the first 3 dungeons have items in the same similar grouping. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, you need to go get these for this reason. So you do that, and then that's like, that ends the first like act.
Yeah.
And then there's a new set of things you have to go get.
Yeah, so that makes sense. It's regardless of whether it's parts or different items, but in the same similar grouping, so it doesn't like impact the story at all.
Right.
Then, yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I want to mention is another thing I really liked about dungeons, like in older Zelda games, was like you had these like special items that...
I'm sorry, this fucking chicken is holding you up?
Yeah, no, this is a thing in Zelda games. You can glide with Kukos. I think it's called a Kuko. You know, this is normal.
This chicken is like supercharged. Because not only can it hold up its own body, but it can hold up like a 150-pound man.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, another thing I really liked about older Zelda dungeons is that you would get a unique item within the dungeon. Like, you know, in the case of Arbiter's Grounds in Twilight Princess, you got the spinner, which is that top you can ride on top of. Now there is the problem in previous titles of these items becoming underutilized and later in the game. I have a mega intuitive proposal to fix this. Nintendo, I hope you've been taking notes, but I especially now need you to take notes here. Okay, what you could do is have this item be like a integral to solving the puzzles of the dungeon, but also let it have combat use. Have there be an inventory specifically for key items, and maybe have it so that you can equip one at a time to a quick button.
Okay.
So what I'm proposing is have the items be integrated with combat, so that once you get an item, even after it's run its course in the dungeon, you can use it in combat outside. And I'm not just talking about like in Twilight Princess, like you get on a spinner, you can like damage enemies that are on the ground with the spinner. It's like, okay, cool, but you might as well just use your sword because it's doing more damage.
Right.
No, what I am proposing is make it so that you can equip one or even multiple if you want to make it complicated.
To have it stack?
Have it so that you can call upon it in combat. So there's this game called Devil May Cry where you get different weapons, and with some characters, when you have a lot of weapons equipped, you can cycle between them in like a hot menu and use them fluently with combos. So what I am proposing is that, say you get the spinner or something like it. So you had a what's another item that's not like a bow or a sword? Like the statue wand. Don't worry about it.
Sorry. It's just funny.
Like the statue wand, okay? Yeah. So you go out to an enemy, and then you've got these assigned to hot buttons. So you hit your sword button, but then you hit a special button. You use that item fluently between sword attacks. So sword slash, spinner, bump into them, jump off the spinner, sword attack. Use gauntlets, you know?
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So that's just my idea. Anyway, lava, go, voids lava, go, yeah, it's tasty as hell. Mamacita, yeah, you're ringing the bell. Crispy and spicy, now you're having a snack. Ooh, super spicy, it's a lava attack.
That was the whole point.
That was the whole point of that.
That took 15 minutes.
It did, yeah. But I said something important, didn't I?
I guess.
Uh-huh. Anyway, I hope you were watching that, the whole damn thing.
Did we want to dive off of the main island?
Oh, yes, let's do that.
Oh, man.
You're welcome for that.
Okay.
That whole meticulously Do you know how long I've been waiting to do that? The lava chicken thing?
Are you fucking with me right now?
I have planned this months in advance. I was like, I should do this at some point during Podblivion. I could totally, because I had everything I needed right there. I had the lava, I had the chicken. Lava chicken. I was like, let's do it. Let's do it. So, yes.
Oh, Jesus.
I finally, my plan came to fruition. You're welcome. Anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching. This has been Podblivion. Well, season 1. Now, I do want to quickly just... this is going to have to be a longer than usual episode, because we need to talk about the future of this show and what we're doing moving forward. So, we will be taking a break from the normal presentation of this show. The switch between 3 different topics, new topic each episode. We're going to be putting a hold on that. However, Cassie and I still want to talk about Judge Dredd. We are enjoying that a lot, and we still want to put our conversations on the channel.
And we still want to continually read it.
Yeah, we want to continually read it and not take a big break and then forget what happened.
Right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to make for now we're branding it as a in-between season. like Podblivion season 1.5. Every episode will only be talking about Judge Dredd. So if you enjoy those episodes, then you are in luck. However, it will not be as frequent. The uploads will not be as frequent as they have been. And that's for a good reason, because I want to get back to editing Let's Plays. So let's say, like, in an ideal month, maybe you have like a Podblivion season 1.5 episode, Let's Play episode, back to Podblivion, Monster on a Monday at the end of the month.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be looking like. I can't promise that it's going to be consistent uploads on weekends moving forward, but like that's the general idea. Every now and then there'll be like a Judge Dredd talk. And then that's the other thing. So Podblivion as a show has not really been that successful. Like, views have been single digits.
Yeah.
For these episodes. And I think just the problem is that the channel itself is not as popular. It's not popular to the point where, like, people will watch this because they know the channel. Like, this is the kind of thing that would gain traction because of the popularity of the channel, not the other way around.
Yeah.
So I think we honestly, if we want to consider returning to this formula for Podblivion, we're going to have to wait on it a while. Like a good long while. In the meantime, we will listen to your feedback, if there is any feedback, because that's another thing. There was no feedback, really, for this show. It just kind of flapped in the wind with no one to guide it.
Yeah.
There was like the one comment each episode, like one person said something, but...
Which, for anybody that commented, we really appreciate you.
Yeah, we really appreciate you if you commented on the episode. Like Hartra, thank you Hartra. Thank you Tallow Z for leaving comments.
Yeah, any sort of commenting, like, interaction with these, we really appreciated and liked to see.
Now, that being said, there wasn't enough of that.
Yeah.
We're not blaming... At least you weren't part of the problem, so thank you for that. But yeah, everyone else was. Shame on you. You're all under the bus now. But yeah, so this is just gonna... If we do decide, or people want this to come back in the form that we recorded the first season in, by all means, let us know. This was also, you know, reflecting on why we started this, it was an excuse to test out the new microphone setup.
Yeah.
So, in essence, the whole show was pretty much a prototype. The following seasons don't have to be the same.
Yeah.
Again, like, it could just become like a Dread Talk thing in the future.
Yeah.
We just rebrand it to Dread Talk. It's not even Podblivion. You know, we'll see what happens.
Or maybe it just turns into our book club where...
Yeah.
Like, once we're done with Judge Dredd, we move on to something else.
Yeah.
Recap TV shows. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. No, it could very well be that. Yeah. For now, we will brand it as Podblivion season 1.5.
Yeah.
And with time, we will see what happens.
Yeah.
It could be like in that time, like maybe people come forward and say, "Oh yeah, I liked this," or "I like this now," and then we see like how we want to brand it from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's just to let you guys know what to expect. We will be continuing to talk about Judge Dredd under the same brand of Podblivion. It'll just be different. Expect some Let's Play uploads.
Yeah, and I do
once we get this, you know, this will be out. Everything will be out by this point.
Yeah.
We're recording this. It's not all out yet, but...
Yeah. And I do want to add, in terms of your comment, in terms of frequency of uploads, I don't think we're putting any pressure on ourselves to read Judge Dredd in a certain amount of time or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's a timely manner.
Right, because I don't want to, like, just stop reading Judge Dredd and not pick it up again.
I would say as fast as we want to.
Yeah.
Like... We're not like, I'm not pressuring you to go a certain speed. You're not pressuring me, but maybe like we each like have an idea of how fast we want to read.
Right.
And like, I mean, I know that I still want to be reading Judge Dredd constantly. So I don't know.
Yeah. And so in terms of uploads, I think it just largely depends on how fast we're reading Judge Dredd and how frequently we're recording as a result. And then also how much editing you get done to put out Let's Plays episodes.
Right.
So
yeah, that's the other thing. And I don't even know if I'm going to be making like clips out of those, like the Judge Dredd talks. There's not going to be any like. I will still be playing a game, but it'll be a game that's even less distracting than this game.
Right.
So it's yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It could be like the same frequency of like once every 3 weeks. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see. But then we're only getting one episode every 3 weeks. So
right.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. But yeah, that's just to let you guys know what's happening. Okay, I think that's everything. So thank you guys so much for watching or listening. this type of content will return in some shape or form. Make sure to leave a like on this if you enjoyed it, or you just want to show your support. Speaking of Let's Plays, we got that Night in the Woods Let's Play that will be making a return. I got to finish, editing the rest of them. But we recorded that 2 years ago.
It was a long
time ago. So
it was like 20.
It's going to be a long time coming. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, if you're not subscribed, by all means, subscribe. If you want more of this, me and Cassie, well, I think it's safe to say you will. You will get more of it. And if you like this dynamic, then I hope you subscribe. And I think that's everything. Mm-hmm. So until next time.
Bye.
Woo-hoo.
Woo.
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 da da ba da da.